everybody, Jason here of GhostbustersNews.com, and as always, Ghostbusters News right here on YouTube. And a few months ago, we took a look at this brand new Proton Pack body kit, a Proton Pack shell made by the folks over at Mack's Factory. And for those out of the loop, Mack's Factory, they're currently making definitive Proton Pack parts. And you're probably asking me, Jason, what do you mean definitive Proton Pack parts? What does that even mean? Well, to answer that, let's first talk about the Proton Pack body kit, which means it was first captured from the original hero props, straight from the Sony Pictures Entertainment archives. From there, Mack's Factory's master pattern makers went in and made some much needed adjustments, straightening out distortions and giving the shell a uniform finish. Now, if you haven't checked out the video where we take a look at this Proton Pack body kit, this Proton Pack shell, of course, we're going to include a link to that right down below in the description. But just a couple weeks ago here on Ghostbusters News, we took a look at some more Ghostbuster goodies made by Mack's Factory. And these pieces are for the Neutrona wand. As you can see here, we've got the knobs that you'll need to obviously finish a Neutrona wand, as well the side discs. And while you're taking a look at this, I might as well tell you right now, if you'd like to pick up any of these items, they're available right now over at macksfactory.com. Of course, we got a link to that right down below in the description. As well, if you want to join the Proton Pack body kit waiting list, that's also available over on macksfactory.com. Now today, I've got a couple more items to show you as we take a look at the front and rear cylinder. Both of these pieces, of course, made for the Neutrona wand. Now on the left-hand side, we've got the counterweight kit, otherwise known as the front cylinder, and on the right-hand side, we've got the arc suppression coil kit, the rear cylinder. Let's actually go ahead and turn these, let's go ahead and turn these around here. I mean, you just heard it there. My first impressions here, both pieces here, they've got some weight to them, which that makes sense as both of these cylinders, they're made of aluminum. There is no resin here. However, being that I actually touched on, resin pieces, resin builds, I made mention of this in our last Mack's Factory video, but let's say you're already currently doing a Proton Pack build at home, using someone else's Proton Pack kit or using someone else's Neutrona wand kit. Well, all of Mack's Factory pieces, they're totally workable with other builders' kits. In fact, there are two different sets of screws in each of these bags here. One for metal bodies and another for resin bodies. And if you're using a resin body, they even include the flat washers inside the bags as well. Like seriously, Mack's Factory, they have your back here. Now, much like our last video, there's not really too much we can kind of build here today because we kind of need the actual, Neutrona wand body to kind of attach these pieces to. That's hopefully going to be incoming, in an upcoming video, so certainly stay tuned for that. But for what we can do today is we can obviously unbag these. So give me a second and let me tear these open here. All right, so we got pretty much everything, for the most part, unbagged here. Now, every piece that you do buy from Mack's Factory, it's going to include these small little instruction manuals. Front of the manual is obviously going to include an image of the pieces that you purchased there. As well, it's going to tell you how to hook everything, together, either to a metal build or a resin build. And then flipping the instructions around to the back, you will find this small little hologram sticker. And we've talked about this quite a bit in the past, but if you do not know, let me tell you right quick here. If you're going to do a Mack's Factory Proton Pack build, I mean if you're going to build a Proton Pack and a Neutrona wand using 100% Mack's Factory parts, well, eventually you'll receive a card and you put all of these little holographic stickers on the card. Once that card is full, you're going to send it away to Mack's Factory and they're going to send you back a certificate of authenticity. Yes, your unlicensed nuclear accelerator is actually going to be licensed. How cool is that? Now for the first part we're going to be taking a look at today, once again, the counterweight kit, the front cylinder. There is actually not too much to take a look at here. I mean, once again, it's got some weight to it. It is a very, very nice piece. Feels really well made. You'll also notice that there is the copyright on all these pieces because once again, this Mack's Factory build is 100% licensed. And Mack's Factory does do a great job at hiding like all the copyrights and everything like that. Like this copyright here, obviously this is where you attach it, into the actual Neutrona wand. So when everything is like hooked together, you're not going to see the copyright. So don't worry about that. So without a Neutrona wand kit, there's not too much we can do there. So let me go ahead and move that one to the side. Coming up next, we're going to be taking a look at this guy here, which is the arc suppression coil kit. Once again, the rear cylinder. And flipping open the instructions here, what do we got here? There's a little bit that we can do here. We can attach, what do we got here? We can attach the pneumatic barb. We can then attach the pneumatic tube to the barb, and that's about it. Now, of course, there are 2 pneumatic barbs included. The smaller one in my left hand, that's the one that's actually going to attach to the arc suppression coil. The right hand one here, the larger base one, that's the one that's actually going to be attached like onto the actual Neutrona wand thrower. The difference in barb size is actually pretty cool, and it's actually a little thing that Mack's factory came across when they had the Hero proton packs in-house. So let's go ahead and attach the barb to the arc suppression coil. It looks like it just kind of, yeah, goes in there really nicely, really easy. Now, another thing that I actually haven't touched on in this video, I've touched on it like on the past 2 Mack's factory videos, but all of the pieces that are supposed to be black on the proton pack body and also on the Neutrona wand, they are going to come black. They have a black anodized finish, and what that pretty much means is that they are like prop ready. Really, you build the thing and you're ready to go. There is no need for paint. And being that you actually don't have to paint any of these pieces, it makes it perfect for the beginner prop builder out there. But at the same time, if you want to go in and you want to tweak it, if you want to paint it, if you want to customize it, you certainly can do that as well. So really, I think the Mack's factory pieces, they're good for fans on both sides of the spectrum. New prop builders or seasoned prop builders. And speaking of seasoned prop builders, this is something I think you guys are really, really going to love. Check this out. Mack's factory totally nailed the color here of the pneumatic tubing. I mean, this looks absolutely perfect. What we saw in the original Ghostbusters film and what you see on the original Hero props. I know it's just a tube, but the level of detail here, it's insane. Now to attach the tube, it's going to be easy enough. All you got to really do is just kind of, you know, nestle it in there. And there we go. We've got the tubing now in place, and man, that is looking so clean, so crisp. That is looking so damn good. Mack's factory did an amazing, amazing job with this one. And for me, it is making the wait for the actual Neutrona wand body that much harder, because I really cannot wait to, you know, start attaching all these pieces together and make myself a brand new Neutrona wand, and more importantly, make myself a brand new proton pack. So once again, guys, if you want to start your very own proton pack build, or if you just want to upgrade some of the pieces on your pre-existing proton pack, be sure to head on over to macksfactory.com. We've got that link right down below in the description. That's all I've got for you here right now. As always, be sure to subscribe to Ghostbusters News here on YouTube. Bust that bell notification icon to stay up to date with everything that's happening within the Ghostbusters world. If you'd like to join up with Ghostbusters News, well, head on over to our Patreon page. A link to that can be found right down below in the description. And I'll see everybody right back here next time.
Ghostbusters! Black and sackcloth, mass hysteria, full rooming vapors are in your area, and these skeletons can break your bones, but I ain't afraid now. Ghosts, no bozos in the back of my ambulance, pulling out the firehouse, I will handle it. Back off, man, I'm a scientist, and all this hardware I brought will fry them quick, because astral projections are quite ethereal, and not what you want when you eat your cereal. Accelerate protons, shorten streams, don't wanna get my face burnt off, go team, cause yeah.